Our first panel discussion is titled as Human-Centric AI, the Future of Decision Making, for which I would like to call on stage our esteemed panelist for this session, Ms. Megha Gupta, Head HR C2FO, Mr. Pradeep Hadgaonkar, Country Head HR, Hitachi Astemo, Ms. Sri Rupa Chaudhary, Founder, Director, Legal Care IO, Mr. Virendra Kumar Verma, Head HR Strategy, Maruti Suzuki, India, and the chairperson for the session, Mr. 𝗑𝘃𝗀𝗄𝗃, Head HR, Astra Protection Group. Can we have a huge round of applause for our esteemed panel members? Come on, everybody. Now I request Mr. 𝗑𝘃𝗀𝗄𝗃 to please lead the session for all of us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khan, and a very good morning to all of you, and good morning to all the panelists. When I was given this task to moderate the panel 1, I was just thinking that I'm going to meet a galaxy of stars. And there are a lot of things in my mind which I wanted to ask them, and got the opportunity in the Indian Convention's HR conference. Very interesting questions are there, and I just want to ask and just want to know, and I'm sure that these questions probably will represent you, because you also must be thinking a lot of questions like that. Before we talk about AI, before we talk about any other thing, I just want to give you one small quick incident which happened a few days back here in Gurgaon only. During Diwali period, people, order for a lot of sweets and all. So I dialed 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and they are also techie people. They are now with AI. So as soon as I dialed, the AI machine picked up the phone and said, "Good morning, welcome to the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. If you want 1 kg sweets, dial 1. If you want 2 kgs, dial 2. If you want 3 kgs, dial 5. If you want something. So I dialed a number, and by mistake they said, "Thank you very much for booking 100 kilograms of laddus from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏." Now I got actually frightened what to do and what not to do, because there was no one, human being sitting in front of me so that I can discuss and talk that it was 10 kilograms and not 100 kilograms. So immediately I got a call back on the number which I left, and they said, "You have recently placed the order of 100 kilograms, of sweets. So just give us your address and just let us know the billing details and all." I said, "Okay. If you want to talk to Junior Mr. Behl, dial 1. If you want to talk to Senior Mr. Behl, my dad, dial 2. If you want to talk to Senior Most Mr. Behl, dial 3. So now, with the help of the joke, I'm just trying to tell you that sometimes it is very frustrating to deal with all these challenges when we are talking about AI, especially in human-centric human resources when we are talking about. So I just want to start, the session by asking the question from Mr. Virendra Kumar Verma ji, who is with Maruti, Suzuki, and he is dealing with AI day in and day out. I just want to ask you this question, sir, that when you are implementing all such things, the emotional connect is always there with the people. What exactly are the major challenges when you implement AI, especially in HR, and how you overcome those challenges?
Thank you very much, Messi, for giving me an opportunity to speak first. So, first of all, let me share with you that there are 2 things in life. How many of you watch mirror in the morning when you comb yourself? Anybody? Yes or no? Yes. So when we watch in the mirror, we see. What we see is our pictures. We call it 𝗘𝘃𝗀𝗃. And what if a mirror shows you 𝗘𝘃𝗃? How many of you will watch your mirror? That's what exactly AI is going to do. So it captures your gestures, your emotions. It's mind-boggling. I'm going to share with you the real world, how it is growing and how exponentially and quantum rapid, which AI is going to give to leaders. So why the question is very pertinent when we are going, because when we design, develop, or deploy technology, at the core of our mind is that it has to be human-centric first. It has to be human first. Is it going to impact humans positively, or it is going to impact humans adverse? Is it going to take away the job, or it is going to enrich the job which they are doing? So this is the first core principle, and 3 C's we always follow. First is communication, compassion, and third is collaboration. So is it going to add value in these 3 aspects? Like Rao sir very rightly touched, empathy is on the core. I say compassion is on the core. If it is any way that it is touching or hurting the feelings of humans who are working. So we have a diverse, distributed, multi-generational workforce. By designing this, we always keep in mind how AI can be useful in terms of adding value or empowering leaders to take decisions. Let me share with you decisions which can add joyfulness, blissfulness, happiness, and complete overall well-being, mind, body, and spirit of the humans which are working in our organizations. So that is the main key objective, because you also know that AI is, with emotions and all those things being captured, there are going to be 2 revolutions. One is biotechnology revolution, and second is, of course, which is the infotech revolution. So we are in sync with that, and we are enabling it, syncing it both together, how to enable and empower our leaders with outsourcing, algorithm designed, systems, AI-based systems, which can bring leaders insights to take human well-being, wellness, health, proactive, productive manner, so that they are benefited.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Verma, for your insights. And now moving ahead with another challenge. I love driving and I keep on visiting different places and all. And we use, we make use of AI quite a number of times. Apart from Google, sometimes I call, "Hey Siri," and I get the answer immediately. One day I was in a very different type of mood and said, "Hey Siri." He said, "Hi Deepak." I said, "I love you, Siri." She said, "Okay, as for the data generated by me, you have told me 4 times in this week that you love me. If I leak this information to any of your girlfriends, you will be in trouble. And if I leak this information to your wife, you will be in deeper trouble. And I know it's not on ethical part on my side to share this information with anybody." So I just want to ask the same question on ethics with AI from Mr. 𝗙𝘀𝗀𝗺𝗃, who is the head HR for Hitachi Astemo. And I just want to ask that how ethical it is on AI part and how ethical it is on our part to share each and everything on AI and then keep on thinking and keep on believing that the information should not leak and we should be safe.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. And thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for inviting to this panel discussion along with esteemed panel speakers, panelists like to me. This is a question which just now Mr. Ben asked. Ethics is everything. If there is no ethics in life, there is no human. And rightly said by Mr. J.P. Rao, the human-centric AI, that is the key thing which is required today nowadays. If there is no ethics, because it's all machine learning, it's all algorithms. So while designing the algorithms, there are different designers, there are different systems. Because AI systems work on its own. It learns from the data, it learns from the systems available. If the data is not ethical, the data is wrong, the system will automatically learn the wrong things. Right now, you explained about 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The things are proceeding like this. In future, it's going to be Hitachi Astemo. I'll just explain about what Hitachi Astemo is. This is an automotive company which was merged by the 𝗘𝘀𝗀𝗵𝗏, and 𝗏𝗏, 3 big worldwide corporations into one. And the Astemo has born. Astemo stands for Advanced Sustainable Technology and Mobility. So it's going to be a big thing in future for the Astemo. Right now it is merger and acquisition phase is going on. There is going to be 15 plants are there in India. 7 legal entities, all those will be merging into one entity, and it's going to be one entity in India. What I want to say that Astemo is also working on autonomous vehicle, autonomous driving. It's all AI based. All those things is very important, and ethical question you rightly said, without ethical it's not going to happen. It's a machine learning. If you ride in any of the car which is not having a driver and will ask that I want to reach to a particular location within like 20 minutes you have to reach, like in Gurgaon you have to reach here and the time is not there, you want to reach there. What the car will do? It doesn't have the mind, it will just have inbuilt safety systems, inbuilt mechanism, and it will try to take you to the task as per the directions given. This is what has happened. What will happen to others? I don't know. Yes. Things are crossed. So ethics is very important. If all the laws, everything goes fail, ethics is the only thing which works.
Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you very much for your very interesting answer, and we all know that ethics are very important. Now, moving ahead, I got a very close friend of mine sitting in the same panel. And 𝗙𝗂𝗺, I know 𝗙𝗂𝗺 for the last many years. And when we were discussing about a lot of interesting things, 𝗙𝗂𝗺 told me a very interesting thing recently on this, Karwa Chauth, they made use of the AI. So what happened is that she asked a beautiful question from one of the bots. She asked that, oh bot, tell me whether you find me beautiful or intelligent. The answer from bot was, I like your sense of humor. Don't take it to heart. You are beautiful as well as very intelligent, 𝗙𝗂𝗺. My question is that, what exactly are the challenges when you are, dealing with the implementation of AI? And you have worked on AI in a lot of companies you have worked with, and you have implemented those things. The challenges are that people are not going to accept. It's very difficult for them to accept something which is new, and the change resistance is there, and they don't want to, accept what exactly is going to happen. Sometimes they want to talk to human beings. They don't want to talk to bots or machines. So how have you overcome this challenge? And very beautifully, Dr. 𝗘𝘃𝗀 said that it is not balancing. It is, accepting them in our life and enhancing the total experience. So how you have done that particular thing, if you can guide something.
Sure. So thank you so much for the opportunity. So let me ask the question. In this room, full of people, tell me how many of us have used ChatGPT? All of us, right? And if I had to ask you a question, what do you think? How many people use? What's the percentage of people who use ChatGPT very, very frequently? Would you say every week? What do you think is that percentage? Once a week? No, you said once a week. What is it? So at least use once a week ChatGPT. So what percentage of people? Say 100 people are there. So 15%, 20%, 50%, 80%.
It's less than 5%, because hardly. People are saying, two gentlemen are saying.
How many percentage?
So I think it's about 25%.
25%. GP sir?
My understanding is 50%.
50%. More than 50% on a regular basis. So let me talk about a data fact. Almost, while we see a lot of people in the buzz around ChatGPT is there and people who go and leverage ChatGPT and at least used it once, people who have used it once, there are only 15% of the people who use it regularly. Now, while AI is the talk of the town, the adoption of people who know how to leverage it on a day-to-day basis, that's a real adoption rate we have to talk about. Imagine so many people today use it for marketing influentially. People are creating websites through AI. People are still talking about in HR around how to be leverage ChatGPT. And I see my team always, if I have to ask them to create a policy, they first go to ChatGPT. If I ask them to create an email, they first go to ChatGPT and leverage it. But do we leverage for much larger purposes? Probably the answer is no. We may be using it at a very basic level. But I don't think so. Most of the people even knows how to leverage it smartly for making their work easy or efficient or productive or multiple ways, right? I'll give you another example from an adoption challenges. I was in one of the organizations before this one, without taking the name. Fortune 500 or with large federal banks, corporative banks in US. One of the key aspects in the organization was data security. If there is a malware in the system, or somebody reaches out and has a spam, and God forbid any data leakage happens, then that organization has the liability to pay to the bank for any amount of fraud that happens or any money that moves out, because this organization also had social security numbers of federal banks. So, IT policies were so strict that we could not use AI at all on board. But by the way, ChatGPT also has a version for corporates where you sign it up and they will ensure that that version is only the data is only with that particular organization and it's not used for any other purposes. But organizations are not taking that risk because the use cases of AI are too small for organizations to think about that risk as well. And these are the real challenges of predicting adoption. One is awareness of how to leverage that AI better. Second is the data security aspect, which is a real challenge in the world like that because there's so less usage. I don't think anybody is willing to forego that data security aspect as well. Now, some of the things that probably organizations or HR leaders can start to think about is we leverage such forums. How many times we do the reverse of it? Getting an AI expert and come to the organization and talk about what are the usages that AI can have. One is a free version and second is the private version from the organization. How many times we think about it? Because it does take time. I'll give you an example. In my last organization, there was one of the technical skills that they were wanting to hire in the organization, and for that they had to make a presentation to the senior leadership. I'm not an expert, I'm an HR person. I had no idea. My business leader asked the team to do this. I just put on, the ChatGPT. The ChatGPT created me a presentation for myself. I only just edited a couple of aspects, and in 1 hour I was gone. Ideally, earlier when we used to make 𝗏𝗏𝗏 deck, it would have taken us 4 hours, 5 or 6 hours, depending on what kind of material we are building. And I'm talking about a topic I had no idea about. I am not a technique. I had no idea about that topic. In 1 hour, it was a great presentation. The business leader was super happy, and he said that I didn't know that you know so much about this aspect of technical. I said, no, I don't know. The fact is I could use an AI. So, how can we see? I do believe, even if you don't have the right use cases, there is a lot that can get simplified, there can be a lot of productivity that we can get or get very, very efficient with it. It's about taking us next step and probably having the right people talk to a set of population in the organization. Even if the same data fact of 15% adoption happens, you still have 15% adoption. It has to start from somewhere.
Wow, very good. Wow, what an input and very interesting input, Megha, and we'll definitely, look forward to now looking, the ChatGPT and the use of, AI from a very different perspective as well. Now moving ahead, we have got a very interesting person who's sitting with us, and she's 𝗔𝘀𝗀𝗵𝗀𝗆𝗃, and she has got an excellent experience of coming up with bots, especially legal side of bots and chatbots and all. And when we were discussing, she told me that very interesting questions are asked from bots. Some people can ask that, am I in love? The bot will say, okay, press 1 if you love me, press 2 if you like me, press 3 if you adore me. So we have got multiple options, and once you keep on clicking, we'll keep on giving you the answers. So I just want to ask from the legal perspective that what exactly are the challenges when you go ahead and make bots, and what exactly are the challenges with AI, especially when we are dealing with human beings, and how we can overcome those challenges?
Sure. Thank you so much for that question, and thank you everyone for coming on this morning and listening to us. So my name is Shri, and as he rightly pointed out, we are in the business of making, among other things, we work in legal technology, and among other things, we have built a few legal chatbots. And I'm just glad people are not saying, hey, Sri, to that chatbot, given my name is 𝗔𝘀𝗀𝗵𝗏. To come back to that question, One of the chatbots that we've made, she was speaking about ChatGPT. It's like a ChatGPT for legal questions. So one, ChatGPT for legal means that you can ask legal questions, and in ChatGPT, if you ask those questions, ChatGPT will give you very generic answers. And then it will also say that, please go and talk to a lawyer and all of that. So the way we remedy this is by actually feeding legal data into the system, getting it trained by lawyers, and then that answer is way more qualified, right? And we've also trained the chatbot on the policies and regulations of organizations, which are actually in the legal zone, so to say, as well as train them on the laws of the land. So for example, if an employee has a question on, say, a contract law, because they are from the sales team and they have a question on the contract and they don't want to go to the legal team again and again, the chatbot can answer that kind of a question. Now, we had the best of intentions and we deployed it. And guess what kind of questions come up in the organization? How can I get away with murdering my boss? How many of you wanted to ask this question? And now they found a place where they can ask, how do I get away? You want to get away? How do I hide the evidence and get away with murdering my boss? So these kind of questions also come up, right? And HR leaders are flabbergasted that we didn't know that, people are going to ask these kind of questions. So of course, the key thing is to have ethical AI, right? Responsible AI. And how do we do that? How do we ensure that this question is not answered in a way that, you can get away with it? So the good news is that, I was very scared when this question was asked, and I was like looking at the answer, and the bot had said that, we cannot help you and this is illegal. So I was very happy with that. But the way we do it in our systems is something called the RAFT principle, which is responsible, accountable, fair, and transparent. So for every answer that the chatbot generates, we actually have a feedback loop. So that ensures that the people who are reading those questions and answers have a way to qualify. Did this answer serve my purpose, or is it completely off the mark? These kind of things. We also have a way to ensure that the data that is shared by the person asking the question is not stored on our systems. We have a way to ensure that between two organizations, we do not have the same instance, which means that each organization has their separate training mechanism. We have ways to ensure that, we are not saying that we are perfect, but we are trying. And the principles that guide us is what we believe that the general, the artificial intelligence service providers, technology providers need to work with, is that you make it transparent. How did the bot come up with this answer? So we say that, our training is done on the Indian statutory laws. Our training is done on the policies that your organization has given us. Our training is done on this, right? And beyond that, we don't know, right? So these are some of the ways which we have found to be useful. And, to come back to something we had heard, machine learning is the last thing that humans will ever build. And the reason for that is that after that, everything else the machines will build. But we don't want. We want humans to continue to build amazing systems and processes that will help humanity for days to come. And to sum up whatever I was saying, I would love for all of you to check out a free version of our chatbot. It's on ask.legalcare.app. I'm happy to share that if, after the session as well. So the criminal laws of India changed this year. If you guys follow, the changes of laws, now there are so many changes. Labor laws have, the new ones will come into effect. So every law keeps changing. And the age-old criminal laws which were there from the British era have changed. So 3 new laws have come in, the BNS, the BNSS and the BSA. So our chatbot, you can ask any question on the changes to do with the old law and the new law, or any question to do with criminal law. It's a free version that's available. And of course, the enterprise version is very different. As I said, it has a lot of different aspects to it. But I would love for you to try this out.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, there was a very interesting incident. An employee joined a company, and as soon as he completed 1 month, the chatbot immediately, the day he came after 1 month, switched on his computer, immediately the first question came, are you happy in the company? Are you satisfied? Have you got your PF card? Have you got your PF number? Do you have ESI card? Your sitting arrangements are done. A lot of questions probably were coming, and the person was trying to answer one by one, and the chatbot was shooting a lot of questions and all. And before he could answer all the questions, immediately the answer popped up. Don't worry, everything will be fine in 1 month. Employee was very happy. He said, oh, are you going to solve all the problems? Chatbot said, no, you will be habitual by then. So, sometimes you want to talk to human beings, you want to talk to them, you want to share your heart out with them. And I think the biggest challenge what exactly I have found is that people are under fear that probably, the AI will take away their jobs. So the open question to all the panelists, what exactly you want to share? Do you think the AI is going to take away a lot of jobs and a lot of things are going to be done automatically by chatbots and by bots and other things and all? Or it is going to help us in handling the challenge in India, which is unemployment? Please.
First of all, let me first make all of us aware that the way this AI is growing, with the speed and scale it is growing, it's mind-boggling. Let me make you everybody aware that in 3 years' time we are going to have humanoids at home. Human robots working for the jobs which are service providing, for making tea, preparing breakfast and everything. So those things are going to be there. But not at a mass scale, but it is going to come. There are two things in this universe which is going to happen from an AI's perspective. One is big data. Biometric data which is going to be created. Second is data computing. How you use these two things to, bring in algorithm-based insights to be used by us as humans. What if, all of us must have experienced that there is a system hacking. When system is hacked, what happens? System, when it is hacked, it manipulates data. The hacker, they manipulate the data, or they delete the data, or they replace the data for their desired results, for ransom or something else. The same is going to happen with AI, the way the neural link and brain-computer interface is working. This artificial intelligence is going to hack humans, our mind, our body. When they will capture this information, our emotions, with the sensors, what is going to happen? AI will know us better than we know our own self, which is very dangerous. It's very, very sensitive. So what is required is, it is scary, but at the same time, I think positive. That in terms of medical, health, all those things. The age, when people used to get the initial symptoms of cancer, by the time they get a treatment, it used to be, almost at a third stage or fourth stage. But with AI, 10 years ago, a person comes to know that after 10 years, with the predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics, and also with all those insights, the fraction of time person with these parameters, biometric parameters, is going to be likely to be getting the cancer. Great. Thank you very much. And same is true with the safety aspects in the human being. So it is a personal, private, sensitive information which is going to be dangerous. But at the same time, from a safety perspective, what dangers we have in manufacturing facilities, we can work on human safety. One aspect. Second is our overall well-being of the people. Third is also basis those emotions which we are capturing. We can design our systems and policies to make them joyful and cultural inclusivity and inspire inclusion for everybody for happiness, joyfulness, and wish them for enhancing their experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ghaziabad. Any panelist keeping the time in mind, anything we can sum it up?
The question which you said whether it will take away jobs or not.
Yes, please.
Jobs are not going away, the skill sets are changing. Rather, it will help us to create more and more jobs. The same question was asked when the industry 1.0 started in 18th century. Currently we are in industry 4.0. The jobs are not gone, the skill sets have changed. And we are looking for industry 5.0. The entire situation will be AI based. So AI is going to play a very important role in industry 5.0 industrialization situation. That's
great. Great. Any inputs, Megha?
So I'll go back to the history of HR. HR started with personal management, maybe 25 years ago, 30 years ago, which was basically record keeping, books management, a couple of those aspects. If you look at the future of HR by 2035, as per the Gartner Magic Quadrant, most of the HR jobs will be done by the people manager. So your managers will end up taking a lot of HR jobs. In HR, will only provide a lot of strategic inputs, like in the magic quadrant, the topmost quadrant is actually inclusion officer. So that will be the most high-paying, high-end job from an HR standpoint. Operations job will mostly be done by bots to AI to multiple other tools. And in between, half of the things that we end up doing today probably would be given to the people managers, and that's how the people manager evolution will happen in the organization. So I firmly believe that, if you look at the history of the evolution of HR itself, through the bots to AI to multiple other things, already a lot of organizations are leveraging security management or recruitment management through having these bots. And that's how the future is more and more going to be, because HR is getting evolution to say that we need HR who is strategic to the business, who gives an ROI from a business result standpoint, and some of these operational tasks are more and more going to be, the tools and the technologies, and therefore HR is becoming more and more strategic. So my response is that, the more and more the things happen, we're going to give away all our operational tasks to the tech, and the decision making comes back to HR.
Great, thank you. Last, just keeping the time frame in mind, a quick answer from your side. What do you think? It's going to take away the employment? It's going to take away the jobs or not?
So my simple answer to that is, AI won't take away your jobs, but people using AI will. So basically, the skill set, as Sir rightly mentioned, will change. And we need more and more human beings who are not afraid of technology and who use technology as a friend and as an enabler in their daily jobs and in their daily functions.
Great. Thank you very much. So very interesting discussion it was, and thank you very much all the panelists, and so nice of you that you shared your views with all of us, and definitely it's going to help all of us in near future. So once again, thank you very much. See you soon.
I just follow with this, human aspects will always remain. मैं फूल हूँ गुलाब का, एक कसक छोड़ जाऊंगा, क्योंकि human is important, heart is important. मैं फूल हूँ गुलाब का, कसक छोड़ जाऊंगा, मुरझा भी गया, महक छोड़ जाऊंगा. तो human angle will always remain. And ये कौन है जिसने मेरे दिल पर दस्तक दी? तुम तो अंदर, बाहर ये कौन? So that's the beauty of it. Have a human aspect. No technology can take it. Pilot, co-pilot. That's why Microsoft is calling it as a co-pilot, because the human aspect has to be done by the leaders and human resource professionals. Nobody can take it. You have to reskill, upskill, and continuously keep working in that direction. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for being such a wonderful and lovely audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. 𝗘𝘃𝗺𝗵𝗺, and a heartfelt thanks to our esteemed panelists. Well, now I would like to call on stage Mr. Talish Rizvi to give a token of appreciation for our esteemed panel members. I request Ms. Megha Gupta to please come forward and collect your felicitation award. Mr. Pradeep Hadgaonkar. Ms. Sri Rupa Chaudhary. Mr. Varinder Kumar Verma. Please come forward, sir.
So much, sir. These are the divine blessings for both this unique and just for you. This is for me. God bless you. Stay blessed.
Mr. 𝗘𝘃𝗀𝗺𝗏, please come forward and collect your felicitation award.